Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Happy Memorial Day. Let's not forget what this day is all about. It's about those who have given their lives for our freedom. We thank them. We remember them. James O'Keefe. James O'Keefe is exposing those who work for Trump. I don't like to cover videos like this. I don't like to make videos like this, but we have to speak truth. I'm either a propaganda pusher like the left, or I speak truth even when it is not good and when I don't like it. But truth is always truth. James O'Keefe is saying that Dan Bongino and Kash Patel, they were either threatened, they were maybe bribed, or who knows what else when it comes to the Epstein client list, when it comes to the Epstein files, when it comes to the 9/11 files. Where is all of this? Trump declassified this months ago and we still have nothing. And James O'Keefe went on the PBD podcast and raised some serious concerns. But before we get into that, ladies and gentlemen, do me a huge favor. Smash that thumbs up, subscribe, leave me a comment. Where are you tuning in from? And before we continue, ladies and gentlemen, today's sponsor is Verity Metals. Ladies and gentlemen, I promote this company often because I believe in the Constitution. I believe in constitutional finances, and that is gold and silver. Verity Metals are people of faith, patriots, huge Trump supporters like myself, and they also believe that we are going back to the gold standard. They protect your IRAs, 401ks, your cash retirement plans, and everything in between through physical constitutional gold and silver. Call or text 480-717-9081. Tell them that Vlad sent you. Get free silver on your next order. Let's hop right into this, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to watch the first about 3 minutes of this.
A lot of conservatives were told on day one, week one, we're going to find out about Epstein, 9/11, MLK, John F. Kennedy. We're going to find all that stuff out. And we've been wanting it for a while to see what's going on with this, who's behind it, especially the last few years at a whole different level. And we're going to find out who the assassination attempt was. Was he tied to anybody? Was Thomas tied to anybody? And then we all see the same clip that you've seen, right? It's the clip with Bongino and Kash Patel.
Yes.
If you can pull that clip up, Rob. And, these are two men that almost anybody who knows, I think that's the one right there. Almost anybody that knows them would call them patriots, right?
Yeah.
They've served their country. They've given their lives to the country. Dan has at the highest level, so has Kash Patel. And then we see this clip here that throws a lot of people off. Go for it, Rob.
Said Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. People don't believe it.
Well, I mean, listen, they have a right to their opinion, but as someone who has worked as a public defender, as a prosecutor, who's been in that prison system, who's been in the Metropolitan Detention Center, who's been in segregated housing, a suicide when you see one, and that's what that was.
He killed himself. You want me to get, I've seen the whole file. He killed himself.
I know it's hard work. You said.
And you saw people that have done body language. Dan looks uncomfortable saying what he's saying. The way he answered it, you can tell they've role played that. And, now this is purely what people are speculating, right? And then you have this one clip with Pam Bondi.
Correct.
If you have
So really quickly, there have been a lot of respected body language readers who said Kash Patel and Dan Bongino were at the least very worried. They were very worried answering that question.
the Pam Bondi one.
I'd like to play
So
that.
maybe walk us through what's going on here before we
And I don't
play.
know if you want me to narrate live as opposed to watching me on the screen.
Let's
narrate.
go forward a little bit.
E, are you a political operative or are you a journalist? And to be a journalist, it's hard because you have to do things like this. Pam Bondi was caught in a restaurant telling a stranger, a nanny, on April 28th or so, that there are tens of thousands of videos involving little children. Now, I didn't target her. I didn't seek to get this. People send me stuff. Sometimes I have undercover people all over the country, and they happen to get a conversation in the airport. I get sent this. I'm like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
This is not public. The Attorney General of the United States, and by the way, Kash, I believe the FBI reports to her. So this is the top dog.
Yep.
Is saying to a nanny in a restaurant something that no one knows. And to me, I'm like, well, that's an interesting story, is it not? So I do what I have to do. I reach out to the
So he goes on to say that he reaches out to Pam Bondi's office. He sends her the quote that he has. And then the very next morning, Pam Bondi runs to the media. And for the first time ever, this becomes public knowledge. And she actually says, we are going through thousands and thousands of hours of footage of Epstein and his clients with children. We never knew that they have those videos. And then she tells a nanny in a cafe, someone she doesn't know. And then when she's confronted about it by James O'Keefe, she runs to the media and says it for the first time ever, something that was never any public knowledge. Here's where I'm going with this, ladies and gentlemen. I love Trump. I will support Trump to the end. But I think not everyone in his team is as tough as he is. I don't think everyone in his team is as loyal to the country as he is. See, when they wanted to take away his money, his businesses, rip apart his family and throw him in prison, Trump did not give up. He still kept speaking truth and campaigning. But can we say that we have the same confidence in the rest of his team? See, right now, I am very confused when it comes to Dan Bongino and Kash Patel, especially them two. Because between 2021 and 2024, Dan Bongino, at least 2 times a month, would talk about Epstein. I remember in the summer of 2023, for 2 hours, his whole 2-hour show was, we should never stop talking about Epstein until we get all the answers. And now he wants us to stop talking about it. Now he's actually in the position of power where he can give us everything, and he wants us to stop talking about it. Kash Patel said that he saw the black book, and on day 1, he's going to release it. We don't hear anything about the black book anymore. He told us the FBI has it. So it's in his power to release it. Epstein's black book. I think Epstein goes deeper than any of us ever thought. More people are involved than we could have even imagined. And the cover-up, I believe, is an international operation happening right in front of our very own eyes. I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, you tell me in the comments, what do you think? Were they bought off? Did someone scare them, threaten them? What's happening? Are they telling the truth? Were they gaslighting us for 3.5 years and just to grow their popularity? What happened? I want to know what the hell happened. Let me know what's your guys' opinions on this. God bless you. Have a great day. I'll see you soon.